Welcome to Softech Coding. This is the first episode of our Coding with Scratch series. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. I am continuously going to make videos. Today, we're going to learn how to create an account on Scratch and what sprites and backdrops are. So the first thing you need to do is go to Google and search Scratch. And when you search Scratch, the first website that comes up is Scratch Imagine Program Share. And you need to click on this. Now you're in Scratch. So when you don't have an account on Scratch, you click Join Scratch right here. Now the first thing you need to do is create a username. Don't use your real name. Create a fun username like Softech Coding. And if it's available, it won't show up in red. But for example, if you were doing something like Scratch, this username is taken, so you have to try another. So we're going to do Softech Coding. And we're going to create a password. Okay, so then you're going to click Next. Select which country you live in. So I'm going to choose, let's see, Canada. Oh, Canada. Next. And choose when you're born. And we're going to choose this and click Next. Choose your gender. And then what's your email? So you're going to write your email here. And we're going to create our account. Just have to wait for it to load. And welcome to Scratch Softech Coding. You are now logged in, so you can start exploring and creating projects. And to share and comment, you should click on the link that was sent to your email. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is up here, we have My Stuff here. So to create a project, you click on My Stuff. I'm just going to X this. And in My Stuff, press plus New Project. And this will create a new project. So once you've created a new project, you'll see the basic screen here. You'll see the scratch cat. We don't want the scratch cat, so there is a blue square here, and there's a nice circle with a trash can and an X. Click this to delete the scratch cat. Okay, so we're going to choose some sprites. So to choose sprites, you have to click on Choose a Sprite here. Okay, so here we have all of the sprites. Now these are what you can code. These sprites can run, they can talk, they can dance, they can switch costumes. They are what will act out your code to make games, to make stories. Anything you can imagine can be coded as long as you put your mind to it. And I will help to teach you how to do this in later videos. For now, we're going to choose a sprite. To choose a sprite, go on it, and when the blue border comes around the sprite, then click on it, and that sprite will come into your canvas. Now here we have the sprite. Here is where all the code for this sprite will be. For example, if you were to pull out a block, it would go here. This is where all of the code goes for this sprite, and the sprite can be moved around on the stage where all the code will be acted out. You can also add more sprites to your canvas to code, and to delete a block, all you have to do is just pull it back to where it came and it will delete itself. We're going to add a few more sprites now. Oh, and also to delete a sprite, you need to click on the trash can with the X, and that sprite will be deleted. Like for example, if we click it, that sprite is gone. But just to bring it back, all you have to do is go to animals, and we're going to click on dog 2, and it's come back. Okay, so now we're going to choose a few other sprites, maybe in the people section. Now there are lots of different sections that you can choose from, with like the people, fantasy, dance. These are all the different sections that they have. As well, when you hover over a sprite, all of its costumes or the different things you can switch. Like for example, this girl Casey, she has these different costumes, and the catcher, she has these different costumes. These different costumes, you can code them to repeat to create animations as well, and you can also code them to move around the stage if you were to code a game or something to be the opponents or the character. Here we have food and a food truck, strawberry. These are all different sprites you can code for, like in a kitchen. This is fashion. You can change these clothes or use these clothes on other sprites and merge them, and you can put these on animals, you can put these on the people in the people section. These are all different things that you can use. And here we have letters. You can use letters to write. You can code words to appear. You can also merge these letters with other sprites to make it, or the background, to write things. So I'm going to choose a few more sprites for our project, maybe the hippo, and to move around the sprites, just drag them, click on them, and you can drag them around the stage. And maybe I'm going to choose something from the animal section, maybe this, maybe a dinosaur or an elephant. Elephants are huge. And now maybe we can choose another one. Maybe this dinosaur here. Nice red different. And so now we have the SSS rule, save, save, save. So you need to save your project. To save it, just click on Save Now up in the top, and that will save everything that you've done. So now even if you exit the screen, these sprites will still remain on your stage. Now, the costumes that I was talking about before, they're up here in the Costumes tab. This dinosaur has 4 different costumes, which is Dinosaur 2A, Dinosaur 2B, Dinosaur 2C, and Dinosaur 2D. These different costumes can be coded to be repeated so that it looks like it's an animation. Like for example, you can make this elephant trumpet in the middle of your story or game, and you can also code this hippo to fly if you repeatedly switched costumes using the code. As well, this dog, it could walk, so if you were repeatedly switching costumes between these two and making it move forward using code, which I will teach you how to do later, you can make it look like the dog is walking. As well, we have backdrops. You can choose a backdrop by clicking on this button here. So just click on that, and this is like what your background will be. Like for example, if your characters were at, I don't know, in space, then you would choose this backdrop for your story or your game. So to find your backdrop, just click on the small image of your backdrops there, and you'll find here we have 2 backdrops. One of them is the nebula here, and the other one is backdrop 1 here. If you don't like a backdrop, you have a trash can with an X on it right here, and just click on that, and that backdrop will be gone. So now you can choose some other backdrops, like maybe in the fantasy section, maybe this castle, elephant trumpeting on the stairs, or maybe we're at a music, we're at a concert, maybe for sports, we're at the pool, and perhaps we are at school learning how to code. Or we are maybe indoors in a theater. The stage, literally. And maybe we're in space, and on the moon. Or maybe we're underwater. So there are all sorts of different things that you can make with backdrops. And now, whenever you have backdrops, this number here tells you how many backdrops you have. So I have 8 right now. So these backdrops, they can be edited. You can change their colors. You can do all sorts of different things with these backdrops, but I'll get more into that in later videos. For now, we're going to start coding a first project. So for this first project, it's going to be very, very, very simple code. So what we're going to do is the first thing that we're going to do is make it a little bit bigger. So we're going to go to events. Events is the first thing that you're going to need in code, the first block. These are called hat blocks because these always go at the very, very top of a piece of code. So I'm going to pull out this one green flag clicked block. Now to pull something out, just drag it onto the screen. So now we have a one green flag clicked block here. Now we're going to pull out a loop. A loop just repeats some code. For example, if we have a repeat 10, we have a shadow of it here. You just let go and the shadow appears. So repeat 10, for example, maybe we wanted to, oh, we're in the backdrop. I think we should code this in the sprite so we can show motion blocks. So I'm going to delete this. To delete something, you just drag it into the delete, and we're going to go to the dog. So to go into the dog, you just, or the hippo, or any of your sprites, just click on the smaller image of the actual sprite, and you'll go into the coding screen for that sprite to see all the code that that sprite has. So now I'm going to go to events, pull out this one green flag clicked block, and I'm going to show you what I mean by loops. So we're going to make the shadow happen. And we're going to go up, 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 up to motion. Now here we have a move 10 steps block. This just makes the dinosaur move 10 steps. Now if we were to repeat this 10 times, it would move 10 steps 10 times. Now to just make a piece of code be activated, just click on it and it will happen. But if we were to make this happen 10 times, we'd have to keep on putting these pieces of code under each other, and it would be hard and also would give more chance for bugs. So to make this less chance for bugs, I'm just going to delete this one. What you should do instead is use loops. So loops, if you put this in here, it will repeat any piece of code that's inside the loops the amount of times that you have here. So for example, if we make this 5 times, move, for example, 20 steps, you can put this here, and when go is clicked, it will repeat 5 times that code instead of you making a stack of 5 move 20 steps blocks. So here, we're going to do a forever block, so it forever does something. So we're going to delete this and go to control, and we're going to put out a forever block. So now it will forever do whatever is in here when the green flag is clicked. So we're going to go to looks, and here we need the next costume block. So we're going to pull this out, and we're going to test our code for bugs. Oh, of course, the SSS rule, save your project, and then click go. Oh my god, I think that dinosaur is moving a tad too fast. So to stop your code from going, either click on it again or just click stop. So now we're going to make it wait before it switches costume. So we're going to go to control and pull out a wait 1 second block and put it after next costume. So we're going to test our code and see how it is. So it's taking forever for this dinosaur to move now. So we're just going to click on the 1 and we can change it, backspace 0.5. So now it waits half a second before switching costumes and it looks pretty good. So now we're going to do a similar code for the backdrop. So when you click on it, you just do Control-C, Control-V. So now when we have Control-C, Control-V, another one of the same code happens, but this only works if you're clicking on the code and the code has this yellow sort of halo around it, or else it won't copy the code. Okay, so now we're going to pull the next costume block out. Now the reason I first put the 0.5 seconds out is because if you pull this out, it'll come out together and you have to separate them. So you just put the next costume in away, and we're going to pull out a next backdrop block. So we're going to pull this out and put it above, wait 0.5 seconds. Oh, and we're going to put this in the loop, and we're going to save it, and we're going to test our code. So now whenever we do this, as you can see, it's switching costumes. And backdrops, we're going to do this for all the other sprites as well. So now, as you can see, dog has no code, which is why he's not doing anything. We're going to paste the code that was in the dinosaur here, paste the code that was in hippo 1 here, and paste the code for elephant, just doing Control V. And then we're going to save it, and we're going to click stop, and we're going to click go. And now all of them are switching costumes and dancing and switching backdrops. So please subscribe and hit that notification bell. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. Thanks for watching. We have lots of other videos and more coming.